Hello, this is the luckiest maths teacher in the world. Thank you so much for tuning in to this video in which we will go through prime numbers. To understand prime numbers, you need to understand factors. So let's say, for example, we wanted to know the factors of 12. So every number, including 12, has at least two factors, itself and 1. So 12 has factors of 12 and 1. Now 12 also has a few other factors. It has factors 2, 3, 4, and 6 as well. So 12 actually has a lot of factors. So let's now look at the factors of 13. Like any other number greater than 1, it has at least two factors, itself and 1. The thing about 13, it doesn't have any other factors. So 12 has lots of factors, but 13 doesn't have many factors. In fact, this is the lowest number of factors possible. The only factors of 13 are itself and 1. So we know any number greater than 1 has at least two factors, like both of these numbers, but this number 13 has only two factors. Because its only factors are itself and 1, we say that 13 is a prime number. On the other hand, 12, as we saw, has more than two factors. It has 6 factors. So because it has factors other than itself and 1, like 2, 3, 4, and 6, we say that 12 is a composite number. So numbers with the smallest possible number of factors, themselves and 1, are called prime, and if they're not prime numbers, they're composite. So if a number has only two factors, itself and 1, it is prime. If it has more than two factors, it is composite. Now just note, 1 is a special case. It's neither prime nor composite. That's because a prime number needs to have two factors. 1 only has one factor, itself. So that's why 1 is not prime. It's definitely not composite because it doesn't have heaps of factors. So we're really talking about whole numbers greater than 1. So if a whole number greater than 1 has more than two factors, it is composite. If a whole number greater than 1 has only two factors, itself and 1, then it is said to be prime. So prime numbers are very important. They're like the building blocks of numbers, just like amino acids are the building blocks of proteins. So let's come up with a way that we can learn some prime numbers. So to learn our prime numbers between 1 and 100, we're going to use what's known as the Sieve of Eratosthenes. So you can see here we have a grid with all the numbers from 2 to 100. Now 1 isn't here because we know that 1 is definitely not prime. It's neither prime nor composite. But what we're going to do is we're going to come up with a way to find out all of the prime numbers in this grid. So what we're going to do is start at 2. So, is 2 a prime number? Well, yes. 2 is a prime number because its only factors are itself and 1. It has no other factors. So 2 is an example of a prime number. So we'll circle 2 because it's prime. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to cross out all the multiples of 2. So, of course, 4 is a multiple of 2, so is 6, 8, 10, and so on. So notice that all of the numbers I've crossed out here are composite. They can't be prime because they have a factor of 2. So, for example, we have the number here 78. It's divisible by 2. It has a factor other than itself and 1, which is 2. So it can't be prime. So all of these crossed out are composite. So then what we do is we go to the next number and we see, is it prime? So the next number not circled yet is 3. So is that prime? Well, yes, it is. Its only factor is itself and 1. So we're going to circle 3 because it's prime. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and cross out all of the multiples of 3. So I've got to cross out 6, 9, and so on. So notice some numbers have been crossed out twice, like 54. It's divisible by 2 and 3. That doesn't matter. It's definitely composite. All of the numbers crossed out in either red, blue, or both are composite. They're definitely not prime. For example, this number here, 99, is divisible by 3. It has a factor of 3, and therefore it can't be prime, because it has a factor other than itself and 1. So we're going to keep doing that. Then you go to 5, and you decide whether it's prime. Well, yes, it is, so you would circle 5. Then you cross out all the multiples of 5, and you keep going, and what you will end up with is only left will be circled the prime numbers. And then you will have all of the prime numbers from 1 to 100, and it's important that you learn those. Alright, thank you so much for tuning into this video. This has been the luckiest maths teacher in the world. Have a great day.